Good morning. Good morning. Let's do this the way we always used to do it. Good morning 3 times. That's for everyone that's on here this morning. That's for all my friends, my family, and my loved ones. Anyone else who's joining us broadcast this morning, good morning to you as well. We are the EMC family, and this is what we call our EMC Gathering. It's a gathering of friends who want the best out of life, who want to just be in spiritual contact with our higher powers, to follow our lights, and to be positive in this life and bring the joy, the peace, and the happiness that we're asked to do every day by God for me and for whoever else by their own following of their own lights. Good morning to you all. It's a blessing to be back here this morning. Starting in the sea, I think, is probably the best place for me. I've been in the ocean for the last couple of days, at least for a few days anyhow. Not for long spells, but I've been in for a little while just to get a little dip and get climatized again. I have carried my mouth through all of the paces. Full rigorous training routine for my mouth and tongue. So I think we're ready to go again, ready to talk your heads off and welcome you to the beautiful, beautiful island of Barbados. Just so you know where we are actually in an area called Welches, and this is in Oystons in Christchurch. We started off in the sea this morning, so what we're going to do is we're going to look towards the sun. There is no sun as yet because we did have some rain this morning. We have a few low clouds, but we're going to look in that general beautiful direction to the east. And we are going to pray for peace. And we're going to thank first God for our lives this morning, for the lives of our families, and for all of those that we do not know, because our journey is to love our neighbor as we love ourselves. And that is what we're going to start off with this morning. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Your will, not ours, be done. Amen. Alright, so we start off with, first of all, our serenity prayer, and we follow that up with what everyone seems to love, and that is our silent 360s. I think the honest truth is that no one wants me to talk. It's not that they want a silent 360, they just don't want me to talk. So I don't mind complying, but I'm going to follow my belief that it's because you all just want a little silent 360 and that you all love me to talk. So I'm going to do that today for sure. As you can appreciate, I have lots and lots of thoughts stored up for you for a very long time. So today I started actually up at Long Beach this morning. I went to Long Beach to start off our Daybreak. From there I thought it would be the perfect place to watch the sun rising from because of the elevation and the beautiful beach up there. However, when I got up there, I found out that the power line had dropped this morning, the pole had broken, and therefore the signal up there was really, really terrible. I don't know how it affected the signal or whatever, but it certainly did. The signal was not good enough, and therefore I came back here to Welches. We're not going to do a long coastline this morning, but what we're going to do is we're going to walk into the sunrise and we're going to enjoy the beauty of Barbados. I see all of you all on board here, and before I go any further, I'd like to thank you all for all your prayers, your kind thoughts. Your kindness has been absolutely overwhelming. I didn't even understand and appreciate the intensity of the love that's in the EMC. I always knew there was there, but when I was down and I was out, everyone was there to raise my spirits and give me strength and help me get back, to life again. It's a very positive thing in your life when you have people around you that actually love you and really care for you. And that was an amazing feel. I see some friends on here that are not usually on in the morning, so I thank you all for making the effort this morning. I know we've had a time adjustment recently, and a lot of you are up extra early as we go forward into the season, our winter season. We'll call it that, because this morning you see it was a little bit cooler than normal. But as we go forward into the season, the sun comes up later and later. We're going to keep adjusting it a little bit, so the impact won't be as great on you all guys that are right now on the Eastern time versus the Barbados time. But for now, we're going to stay at the 6 o'clock until we see the sun start to make its changes. Welcome, welcome, welcome to all of those that are currently on the rock. I have been on the beaches the last 2 days. I haven't really run into too many of you. I don't know if you're hiding from me. I think that's a remote possibility. But anyhow, I'm going to be looking for you all, even if you're not looking for me. And over the next 2 weeks, I am hopefully going to be able to come and greet you all with a genuine, kind, caring, and loving welcome to Barbados. And straight from me, not via camera, but straight from me. I know at this time we are not able to do hugs and kisses and all that kind of stuff that we like to do. And I say we, I don't just mean Barbadians, I mean all of us in general, because everyone that's on the EMC is the same way. First thing you do is walk up to someone, give them a big hug, kiss on the cheek and say, hi, how are you going? Even when you don't know them. That's because we all love Barbados and thrive on Barbados's customs, and that is how Barbadians are, friendly. You know, I'm sure that many of you go back home to the international countries and go and greet people on the street. People look at you real strange, like, what's going on here? But that's because you've come climatized and you've come accustomed to how it is here in Barbados. And I know many of you that are overseas are actually Bajans, so you have grown up with that culture all your life. You know, you sit down in a doctor's office, 20 people walk in, 20 people say good morning, you say good morning to 20 people. And that's just how it is. It's just a matter of respect, a matter of courtesy, and a matter of friendship. And that's what we all do here in Barbados. Glorious, glorious sunrise. It's no peeping through. I hope you have your darker makers with you. I have someone here tapping me on my back all the time, but I'm completely ignoring them because, you know, right now there's not enough sun. So they're still hiding behind me. I don't know why they're doing that. Anyhow, we'll see what happens later on today. I have had a rough time at home. That's because you know who has been annoying me, telling me that they're able to continue the EMC product without me around. Now, I even said, all right, one morning, I said, look, I'm done with this. Go ahead then. And couldn't even find the front door. So bare mouth, always fighting behind me. And, you know, we're going to try and braven him up so he will come out in a few minutes time and say good morning to all of you all, because I know that's what he wants to do for sure. As I said before, we have a lot of people here on the island right now, and I know for sure that a lot of you are up this morning. Our driver is here on the island this morning with us. Good morning, boss lady. Good to have you on the Barbadian soil again. I just can't believe it this morning when I sent out my ad at 5 o'clock that you were up and already starting the bus. That was amazing. So when you go a little later into the morning, please take a look at your watch right now. It is now, say, 10 past 6. 10 past 6 Barbados time. Please reset your watch. You've got to get a little bit of rest. You can't come to Barbados and be up so early, man. You know, you get up at 6 o'clock, but don't get up at 5 or 4 o'clock and 3 o'clock in the morning just to get back on time schedule. Look at this amazing sunrise. Now, you don't have to see the full sun. Everybody knows I'm a person that loves cloud. Cloud for me is the artistry of God. When I just see the sun come up, yes, I know it is God that's bringing the sun up, and I thank him every morning for every daybreak and for giving me life and allowing me to breathe, see and hear and smell. And, you know, but when I see the clouds, I know it is him fine-tuning his artistry. And I look at that this morning and say, spectacular. Picture perfect condition, picture perfect to be taken, but we're going to capture this in mind right now. We're going to capture this on video, and that is how we're going to do it this morning. No stopping for still shots this morning. Sharing this with the world, sharing with you as it is live, as it's happening right here, right now. I'll tell you the truth, folks, I was so nervous about restarting this morning. I probably have not slept since around 2 o'clock this morning. And that is, I had places in mind since last night. I'd actually prepared our ads since last night, and I thought everything was great. But at 2 o'clock, bang, eyes open. Where are we going today? Wonder what the weather's going to be like. Wonder if it's going to be too much wind. You know, all of the little concerns that are beyond my control, I allowed to influence me this morning. So my heart was in a panic. You know, will I be able to speak this morning? Now, imagine me doubting myself being able to speak. That is one of the biggest jokes I have ever heard in my life. Is this not just beautiful? Stunning, stunning. Oysterstown, perfect. Drop there for the rising sun. Fishing boats, all pointing, I would say, to the east this morning. Tankers out there obviously face a different direction because he's tied off at 4 points. But as you see, all the boats are facing to the east. Not sure how the east coast is today for surfing, but I know there's a very big swell coming in today and tomorrow. Maybe we will capture that. Let's wait and see. No plans for tomorrow. Today only. You know, during my time at home, I have had a lot of time to really, grow, to think, to reflect. You know, and many times things run through my mind of what's going to happen in the future, the next day, the day after that, etc., etc. You know, I had to say the serenity prayer numerous times. As I was telling my angel yesterday, you know, I don't mind saying serenity prayer a dozen times, 2 dozen times. It does not make a difference to me. Although I know the meaning of the serenity prayer, there are times of weakness where I am human and I forget where my control ends. Actually, I don't have any control at all, but where I am able to make an impact on things that I'm expected to do for myself and where God takes over. And that was a problem. So I decided after saying serenity prayer, I would say pretty close to a dozen times on a couple of occasions, I started to remember again and let it seep in and listen to what God was telling me. And he was telling me straight, Nicholas, live today. I have given you life. Whatever you can do with that life, you enjoy it. And that is basically what I did. I took time to reflect, to thank him for everything he had done. You know, when I was first sick, I felt so lonely. I said, I don't have my lady next to me. You know, there's no one here. And bam, within minutes, God was there with me. He sat me down and he told me, don't worry, everything's gonna be fine. And to be honest with you, I knew immediately it was. Lo and behold, my angel of a sister. Good morning, sir. How are you this morning? Good, man. Wonderful, man. Having a good day? Wonderful. Lo and behold, my angel sister came to my rescue. And in 2 tools, she was there. She was there with the doctor. She was honestly an angel. She bought everything for me. She took care of me. You know, this world is a strange place. You know, you don't understand the volume of love. As I mentioned to you all earlier with the EMC, you know, I didn't understand and appreciate the full volume of love and sincerity in everyone. This is a overwhelming experience. You know, within minutes I had phones going off. I wasn't taking any calls whatsoever. But people then started to reach out to my sister to find out what was going on. You know, it was quite amazing. All of my family started to call. You know, I no longer was alone. I was never alone. Unfortunately, I didn't realize that until God came to me and told me, don't worry, everything is going to be all right. You know, and once again, Bob Marley's song popped into my head. Don't worry, everything will be all right. It is as it's supposed to be. What a beautiful glow. I actually want to walk up a little on the trees here. Just to get a little filtration and stuff so you can enjoy the reflections off of the water this morning. We haven't seen this kind of scenery for quite some time. I think it's about 11 or 12 days. Now over the weekend, I was able to capture a very, very long high resolution video. I think it's like an hour and 22 minutes or something. I have it up on YouTube. It took me 2 days to upload it. It's such a big file. However, the walk is in its entirety. There's really no editing in it. There are a couple of areas I spliced together because I want to give the camera a chance to cool down. But they're all up there. So if you're interested, just have a pop up on YouTube later on. Today is the last video that has been put up, so it's very easy to find. As soon as you go on the page, you will find it. And that gives us a beautiful, beautiful area over on the northwest of the island. Yes, Alan Burke, you were spot on. I would expect you to be spot on, man. You're a man of the coastline and of the ocean. But everybody else was not too sure. You now know where it is. It's of Maycox Bay. It's its entirety from where you park your car on the cliff in the residential area, make your way down the track to the beach, and then it goes north to Harrison's Point and then comes back to Hangman's Bay. Beautiful video, but you're gonna have to, you know, it's a long video. You can always just pop and scroll through. You don't have to watch the whole thing. But if you do have some time to see that side of the island, I definitely recommend you have a look at that. This is a beautiful morning. I see the names coming on. I see all the familiar logos and faces up. Good morning to each and every one of you. I love you all. And again, I thank you all for being there with me from scratch. All right, we're going to make our way in the other direction. You know who's going to try and make a grand appearance. So I'm going to apologize for him in the beginning because he's been a nuisance, to be honest with you. I was asking someone to come and take him off my hands for a few days, but nobody seemed to volunteer. Everybody loves him until it comes time to take care of him. And then everybody ducks out. So I don't blame you all. You all are very, very smart people. I would never put you all down to be foolish enough or gullible enough to swallow that for sure. Okay, we are in Oysterstown proper now. We're directly opposite what was known as Southern Plaza. Up there you'll find a massive supermarket. You'll find lots of beauty products and all types of hardware store, etc. Almost all the conveniences that you'll find in a regular town, you'll find in there in that plaza. It's a very old plaza. It's been around for a number of years. It has been through some inner lifts and stuff, but same footprint, same structure, same amount of floors and everything. Into Oysterstown from here, we're actually just below what they call their dry dock area where they will perform all of their maintenance and stuff on the boats. First jetty here is a ice jetty along with fuels, and the second jetty is a jetty that you guys would use as well to stock up from, etc. You'll find a lot of turtles in this area because these fishermen would do a lot of cleaning of their fish and put the leftovers in the water for the turtles and feed them. So you'll find a lot of that, and you'll also find a lot of hydrofoiling going on up here as well, guys with the kite boards and kite foiling, etc., windsurfing, etc. That has become very, very popular here over the last 2 years as well. This beach here was no beach at one time. Well, where we are standing right now was like half as wide as this. Like most of the places on the south coast and on Barbados' coastline, the government has come up with different projects to try and build beaches and save the sand. And this was designed to create a beach called Welches, which we were on a few minutes ago. We're going to go back in that general direction, show you what that's all about. But you can see the groin in different distance, the catchment groin. What you don't see is a lot of the superstructure that's below it. Talk a little bit more about that. Good morning to everyone. Ignore him, please. Do not encourage him because he's been a puppet over the last 2 days. I don't know where he's got the energy from. I've been trying to keep him out of circulation, but that seems to be impossible. You will find everything in Oistins that you could possibly want. Those that live in Atlantic shores don't go any further in Oistins unless they have bills to pay at establishments that are not located here. Banking facilities, everything is located in this town. You'll also find Surfers Cafe here as well. Show you where that is from the roadside. Doesn't look very impressive from the road, but it is from the beach side, I'm sorry. But it is a lovely cafe, beautiful little vantage point to have a view of sunsets or even sunrises, and is very, very popular with the windsurfing and the surfing community here and people in general who are visiting. You'll see the wooden balcony just in front of us, sort of like in the center of the screen. That will be their beachside view from there. As I said, the structure itself is not that impressive from here, but when you go in there, you can actually feel the warmth and the love. There's a very nice, relaxed atmosphere. You know, I think as being a surfer, you know, you walk in there and you automatically feel at home, and it's because most of the culture and the people that go there are water-based people. Morning to everyone. How are you all? Good to see you all. Okay. So this is where you will sit and watch your sunsets, or you can have your dinner and watch outside on the beach itself. As I said, not that pretty from here, but trust me, you want to come and visit this if you're in the Oistins area. Have just maybe a cocktail or something and then move on if you would like, or stay for dinner. Beach is much wider now. It's beautiful. Last time we were here, as far as I remember, we had some sargassum we were dealing with. And as you would know, we've also had some building of sand. This is the time for sand building in Barbados. Yes, they see you, man. Put down your hand. Let's stop it, no? Jeez. Okay. All right. I'm going to hold his hand behind my back. So you're all hanging on tight there. I'm going to control him as much as possible. A little difficult. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the camera off him. See, I told you if you misbehave what I was going to do. Sorry about that there. Sorry for the intermission there. I had to take a little break out to have a few friendly words here with him. Just beautiful. Now I know it's a point of you know, just circumstances of nature for necessity to bring the oil up here by tanker, but you know, tankers, although they fit in here, it sort of like takes away from the beauty quaintness of this area with all these small fishing boats, etc. But it's still stunning coastline. Brilliant, brilliant sun, people. Put your darker makers on. That is what Barbados is going to look like today. Now, half an hour ago, rain was definitely coming on heavy. It was very dark clouds to the east of the island, but it just cleared up. There, morning clouds. You'll find that at this time of year a lot because it's a cooler time of year, and as the sun starts to come up, that will just go, or usually just goes. Majority of these homes here are actually rental properties, Airbnb as well. You can come here and rent along this beach section if you would like. I know quite a few people have stayed here. There's some of them are actual permanent residences, but majority of these here in this area are Airbnb now. Now this is the Welches area we're coming into. Now years ago, let's go back to before the grind, there was no beach here. The high tide would have come up into this where these great bushes would be now. These coconut trees, you can see they're quite young. They're not new trees. Sorry, they're not old trees. They're relatively new. And that will tell you the growth out here, how long they have been planted. So there was not much beachfront here. Likewise in Oistins, when you're driving through Oistins, you will notice all of where the fish market is. That's all reclaimed land. That was never never beach or land area. You see, used to come right up the casuarina trees by the pedestrian cross, which is opposite Chafet. That is where the sea used to come into. They used to have 2 shops located on the seaside, and then there was nothing else around where the actual Oistins market is, not market, where the actual bear garden is now. That was all ocean. So all of this area here, sort of like reclaimed. The high water marks I mentioned before would come right up to these walls here. There was no beach whatsoever. However, the government invested heavily, very heavy into a project that was here. They used to have water that used to come into the road. Anytime we had a large south swell, water would come up by Golden Sands Hotel, would also come up by Welches as well. That no longer happens because of this massive beach that's being built. Just look at this coastline. Is this not beautiful? Any of you that are on the island this morning, please get outdoors. Don't lose the morning. If you need to come in or like around midday or so and get a little rest or something, do that. But please get outdoors. Put this sand between your toes as I'm doing right now. I am now firmly rooted. I am now fully in contact with where I find God. That's nature. I find him at the beach. I find him in the bushes. I find him in the hills. I find him along the cliffs. I find God in nature. And this is where I am fully at rest right now and at peace. It was amazing how I was actually off at the beach for close to 7 days, 6 days, and it was outdoors, and it was amazing how different it felt not being able to get out here. These mornings have become a part of my life, so you can appreciate not being able to come out how I was feeling. Pretty bad. But then again, I was reassured everything will be all right now. Lovely structures. I mean, this is really developed over the years. This is a massive structure here on the roadside. There is really no property to it. They just have the parking on the road, and then they have these beautiful open front areas with the big Hurricane shutters that can be opened up, sort of like galleries on the front section. And then you also have the upper floor as well. Now, we talked about the groin expansion in this area here, the catchment groins, etc., that has created all of this sand. First of all, the outer one was dropped here to bring our funnel sand inwardly. We then have the catchment here on the inside as well to allow the flow between the two of these here to let the sand actually come in and not just build on the above section itself, as you would have seen on Enterprise Beach when they dropped that groin up there. It just built on the above side, and below hardly has any sand whatsoever. It is shallow, but it doesn't have the kind of sand of the above side by Enterprise itself. Now, what you do not see is under all this crabgrass here, oh boy, I've got to call the name of it, sea great bush in the distance. All that area there has big columns, or I should say big walls of concrete, superimposed concrete structures, all under this sand. And that was to hold the sand and keep it in place. If you were to see how up here looked before the sand started to build, you would have thought there was a resort or something being built on the beach side because of all the concrete and all the reinforced steel that was laid in this area. But all of that is under sand now and is being caught. This is a beautiful beach. Now again, I'm going to just carry you back in time. Where those sea grapes are is where the only beach section used to be. That is where there's the only set of sand, and if you found sand there, you were lucky. And the water used to come right up and hit onto like the side pavement there on the road itself, and that was at high tide. And if we had a big south swell, the actual sand would come up onto the road from the large swells that were coming in, and that used to happen quite often in this area. But just look at what man has been able to create, and then God has built on it with his natural flow of sands and beauty and growths and plants and all the shrubbery as well. Stunning scenery. I would like to thank all of the EMC family for everything they've done. However, I would like to send out a special thank you to the care team who did not let the light fade, who kept the light going, put up songs, tunes, who started their own little services, who have continued to keep the family alert and active and connected over the time that I've been out. And that shows you the strength of what God has placed here for us to build, and that is a friendship and a kindness and a care for people and a compassion for people that maybe we did not have in the kind of capacity that we have right now. You know, maybe some of us were that way all the time, but now we're having the chance to bring others in. We now have the opportunity to bring others to our gathering. Beautiful. The water out here today, temperature wise, I would say just as per normal. There's a little bit of coolerness. You have to remember we've just had a north swell, and there is a strong system way up to the northeast of Barbados, and we have some cooling winds as well, so it feels a little cooler in the water than it has been over the last few months. However, you know, it's just perfect. No big difference between the water temperature and the air temperature, so I would have to say it is beautiful. No, he's not exercising, he's just playing the fool. He sees other people with their hands up, and he feels he should put his hand up as well so he can show off and get some attention. So ignore him. I'm going to take the film off of him. I tell you to behave yourself, you know. You have to learn to behave, dude. Sorry. Wow, it's a good thing you're not committed with a straight jacket just because you talk to yourself. The only thing is sometimes he talks back to me, and I do it verbally, and that's a problem. So yeah, you know, we can see if I need to get some consultation or something going forward. But for now, I'm going to just let him have his way, and I'm not going to get involved with him. Look at this sand. I'm going to give you some real looks now, a little lower down, so you can appreciate what we're walking on. Look at the pristine sand that's in front of us, all smoothened out, very fine grains, very powdery, beautiful conditions. And behind, all the blues are back. There's no sargassum, there's no greens, there's no brown. All the blues are in their glory now. Sunrise today, spectacular. Thank you, God, for letting us see this today, for each and every one of us. For those that didn't make it today, may you take them in peace, make their travels smooth, and take care of them until we meet them again. Come through, my friend, come through. Live video, all action. Just beautiful conditions. In the distance, just to give you a bearing of where we are, in the distance you see a grayish. Okay, now I'm colorblind, so if it's not gray, forgive me, but it looks gray to me. Sea breeze hotel. Just before that, well, we actually can't see butterfly yet, but it is sea breeze hotel there. And then beyond that, you're looking into the Maxwell area, which we see the banana boat, and hi, good morning, and Craigbell area. And then beyond that, then you're looking into the Sandals, Bougainvillea, Sandals, Beach Club area. Barbados Beach Club. Beautiful conditions here today. I was praying that it'd be low tide when we started back, and low tide is just after 7 this morning, so we have a few days of this kind of beach conditions. So for you on the south coast, I'm not going to be doing lots of coastline walking at the moment. I'm just going to be doing a couple of beaches, bringing us together, welcoming everyone back to the Emc Gathering, fine-tuning the times with the sun, and then we will start back up our coastal explorations. But right now we're going to be on the coastline, so any of you that are staying on the south coast, the island, the Maxwell area, the St. Lawrence Gap area, Worthing, Rockley, get ready. I'm coming your way in the next few days. Well, that's the plan, but that can change because it's a mystery tour. If tomorrow I find the swells are big, go on to the east side or the north for sure. So remember, everything I say to you all about schedules, flexible. It's like water, it can move anywhere at any time. And that's because I don't really make the decisions of what we're going to do. I have a general idea of what we can do, but the rest and the determination of where we go is not in my hands. It's out of my hands. All the conditions make the changes. Now, I don't know if you know, you all are aware that there's a very small beach that's building just below this jetty here itself. Very small. It's not really, as you can see, it is low tide right now, so there's not much here, but there is some sand building. They never used to have any sand there at all. You see mostly reef under that section. So I guess eventually, as time continues, that area may build a small beach, hopefully. That way then you can link these beaches without actually having to walk up on the highway. Highway walking is not that far, and it's pretty easy, but it's very narrow, and it can be concerning with the way that we Bajans like to drive. We hug the pavement, so you can get a little bit concerned. Sometimes just like shut my eyes in certain conditions and say, God, it's in your hands. You know, right now we're looking into Butterfly Beach area. That is the first, well, that is the general area we're looking at in the center of the camera. And then we go on to the sea breeze. Now you can walk around there at low tide for sure. If there's no swell, just in front of the butterfly itself, onto the Maxwell Beach itself, where you will see someone walking in the distance. And then beyond that, you'll have to come back up onto the road, which will carry you down past it. Well, we did it the other day in front of the Barbados Beach Club, in front of Bougainvillea, and then come back onto the beach, just down by what we call Casuarina, which is by Sandals Resort. Beautiful, beautiful coastline. As I said, we're not going to have a very long one today. We're getting ourselves back in it, getting our footing going. My mouth is feeling fine, absolutely fine. I mean, my tongue is going a mile a minute. Sometimes I have to bite it to slow it down because it wants to talk bare nonsense. But you know how it goes. I'm just excited to be back out here. It is so good to be with you all again. I really do appreciate, as I said before, my sincere thank you and my appreciation for all the love and the kindness and the care, and for all the words of inspiration and all the prayers that you all have said for me. They have most definitely been felt, and they have most definitely helped me. You know, life is a strange thing. I went from 100 to 0 in a matter of hours. I left the beach on Friday, seeing a lot of friends of mine, spoke to quite a few people that follow us here in the EMC, and everything was great, hunky-dory fine, and then midnight, Friday night, bam, I went to 0. I went to like a baby. So, you know, it's just how life is, you know. I need to slow down, I guess. It was a message to me. You gotta stop, slow down, and rethink again, gather, and go once more. So, you know, I have done what God has said. I have had the faith to believe everything will be a-okay. And I was accepting whatever He decided for me would be a-okay, because that is the light I follow now. And when God tells you that, I believe it. I don't doubt it or second guess it or wonder if it's so. I believe it, because that is my faith. So what I would like you all to do is today, find your own light, follow your light. Your light is going to ask you, if it's positive, to love your fellow man. Now I know right now we're concealed with masks on, but if you put on your mask and look in your mirror, you'll see the smile in your eyes if you smile genuinely from your heart. Because what comes from your heart will radiate out of all your body. It will radiate your pores, it will radiate just out of you. It's a force that comes out of you. So if you're feeling happy and kind and caring and loving about people, that is what will be projected out of your body, whether it's through your eyes, even if it's through when you see your profile in your face, your ears, even most times when you let go a big smile. Just imagine that. So you don't have to have no mask on to tell someone that you care about them. You can do it in the way you look at them, the way that you move around them. And sometimes it's really nice just to say, hello, hope you're having a great day. What a lovely feeling that is, I can tell you. It would be terrible to not have my friends and my family around me any time that I was going through. Now again, I had God with me, but God puts people here to help. God puts people here to comfort each other. And that is what I intend to do for the rest of my life, to give any positiveness that I can give off. The days that I'm feeling down, you will know I'm feeling down. You will see the difference. But I will not lose the positive outlook. I will not feel depressed about something and let that rob me of the time that I have, or the pleasures that I can have, or the beauty that I can take in, because I'm worried about what is in front of me immediately. I know for sure, beyond everything, I have a much better life coming my way. So every day, no matter what challenges I have, I'm going to try to be grateful. I am human. I will have the challenges just like everyone else. I will have those days where I will feel depressed. But one thing for sure is, with God in my life, I will not live in depression. I will not live in sadness, because that is not what He intends for me. He intends for me to grow and to have people around me that will help lift me up and lift my spirits. That is what I want to do to all of you all. I want to be here to bring everybody together so that everybody can understand we are in this together. I will tell you, if we try to do it alone, we will fail. Many have come, many have failed. Those that have included others in their lives, that have tried to help them, and also are reciprocated again by them. You know, I always preach, and I will preach again. If you do not give away love, you cannot feel love. If you do not give away happiness and kindness, you will not be given it. If God is blessing you with all these things, He's blessing you so that you can share it. Not that you can keep it to yourself. Share it with not only your family and not only your friends, with everyone around you. That is what we're supposed to do. That is what God has asked us to do. Help each other get through this. Love your neighbor as you would love yourself. You know, you all have a fantastic day, everyone. Greetings from Barbados. I am the Bajan Warrior. Welcome back, EMC family. Welcome back to our morning gatherings. Don't know what's ahead of us, and I really honestly don't mind, because tomorrow will take care of itself. When I wake up tomorrow morning, God will tell me where He wants me to go, and I will bring everyone together. As long as He gives me the strength to go out here and bring us all together, I'll bring us together. So please, I know it's earlier. I know you got to get up, all of you all, an hour earlier than before. I know it may make an effect on your schedules and stuff, but if you can make it, because it's not just making it for me so that I have numbers in the screen, because that is not what is relevant. It's making it so your brothers and sisters that are here know that you are there with them, and that you're coming to start your day as they've come to start their day, with friendship, with kindness, with peace, with care, and with hope. Blessings from Barbados. I love you all. I sincerely mean that. Have a great day, and I'll see you all tomorrow morning. For those of you that make comments, well, you all will be getting my care and my love when I get home, because I can't wait to sit down and respond to you all again. Boss lady, get the coffee going, because unfortunately you told me where you're staying. I am coming by you now, so if you don't want to see me, you hide or tell the security. Don't let in that man called the Beijing Warrior. You keep him at bay. If not, please get your coffee pot, because I'm coming your way right now. Have a great day, everyone. Love you all.